Hi, I'm Gabby Turner. Welcome everybody to this pick a card reading. We're going to ask surprising things about your person, surprising thoughts, feelings that they have towards you, and also maybe surprising things just about them as a person that you wouldn't already know. So we do have three options here from left to right. We have option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. Timestamps are going to be in the description box below. Go ahead and once you've decided which reading is for you, click on your timestamp and I will see you at your reading. Welcome to everybody who chose option number 1. So first we're looking at their thoughts and feelings towards you that you might be surprised by. And then with these cards, we're going to kind of look at just things you may not know about them as a person or that would surprise you about them. And we're using some tarot here as well. I'm going to shuffle that. Okay. Let's see. I'm just clarifying before I start interpreting. Okay. I'm going to clarify one more time. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sense of who each of these cards are referring to. All right. I mean, I basically get, so I was sort of clarifying, like, who is this message coming from? Is this what they think you feel, or is it what they think or feel? Let me zoom out so you can see all of the cards. And it's you. They think that you want to always be in control. But I think they also feel like you probably wouldn't admit that. They feel that you have control issues, and because of your control issues, you've basically caused your own sorrow because you had to have things happen in a certain way. Now, this is their opinion. It may or may not be yours. It probably isn't. They don't even think that this is how you would view it, but this is how they view it. They feel that there was some sort of lack of encouragement here. Let's see, did they think that they were not encouraging you or they were not enough encouraged? Yeah, they see their part in it too. They feel that they, you know, they think that they had a very straight-laced approach to this connection. They feel that they had very traditional kind of dutiful ideas about how the two of you should proceed. And so they may not have encouraged you, or sort of like maybe they didn't make you feel loved enough in the process of what has happened between the two of you. And they do see that, you know, may have also caused you sorrow, but they think that most of the sorrow that you felt over this connection is your own doing because you had to have things your own way. And they feel that they were just trying to play by the rules. So I don't know if this could be like a third-party situation and they didn't want to get involved until things were cleared up. Because we have the King of Swords and the Hierophant. It could be something like that. But in any case, they felt like they were trying to play by the rules, do things the quote-unquote right way, but that led to you maybe not feeling loved enough in the process. You may have felt abandoned. They feel that you probably felt abandoned by them, and this kind of triggered your control issues. And you felt like you needed to be in control. You wanted to kind of blame them as being some sort of player or something, but they're like, no, that's fake news. I was never being like that. I was really over here just trying to play by the rules and go about things respectfully in the quote-unquote right way. So that's what I'm getting overall. Yeah, anything else here that's good for you to know about this? I feel like this is definitely not the end of this story, because we have the universe reversed. This story is not over yet. What's the guidance for the person viewing this? Okay, I mean, the guidance is to be honest with yourself, because this person is being honest that they may not have, you know, shown you the love, that this may have been a journey where they left you out in the cold to sort of feel alone while they were going through some sort of process, maybe a divorce or something. And, you know, I think your guides are kind of asking you to be honest about the fact that you may have gotten into, you got yourself into a little bit of a romantic pickle to begin with. You know, you may have let your desire to have a certain type of lifestyle or relationship with this person get the best of you, and you were kind of expecting some sort of fairy tale, and this could have been very much what led you to getting hurt. So I kind of think your guides are to some degree siding with this person. I don't necessarily feel like you always have to be in control, that's true, but it is true that you got yourself into a sticky situation. And you may have had certain expectations, or, you know, in your head you were kind of thinking that things were different than they were, or that they were going to turn out differently than they did. And you just didn't judge things correctly. So it's like you have more clarity now. You can kind of clean up your thought process and look at it with a lot more clarity. And some of that clarity is simply to just say, I could have gotten carried away with myself a little bit. Any final advice? Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like acceptance of that. You know, this is not an uncommon mistake to make. So it's not like, you know, it's just having that clarity. This person's third eye is on fire. But it feels a little bit like they might be judging themselves. So this isn't about judging yourself. It's about self-acceptance and just looking at yourself with clarity so that you can make better choices going forward. All right, I'm going to clear the energy a little bit with some incense. And this is Christmas blend incense. So we'll bring some jingle jangle, happy, jolly vibes in here. And clear the energy. You know, loving energy, self-love. Clarity and self-love are not opposites. All right. Now, all of this said, we'll just clear all of this away. Let's see what you don't know about this person. What would you not know about them? Family, okay. I did get sort of traditionalist values before with the Hierophant and the King of Swords. Sensitivity, wow. And children, yeah. I mean, this person's family kind of means everything to them. So if they have kids, which it seems like they already have kids. Okay, the fire alarm went off from the smoke from the incense. Hopefully I can edit that out without clipping off my other words that I was saying. Whew. Yeah, because it's loud. I don't want you to have to hear that. So anyway, even if it's been edited out, know that the fire alarm went off. Goodness. Let's ask, was that a sign or no? It kind of was a sign. It was a little bit. I mean, I feel like there's a struggle here. I think both of you have a little bit of control issues. And I think that they didn't want to get them. They're not seeing you as some sort of major red flag, 4-alarm fire or something like that. But they're like, you know, their sensitivities, I think, were tipped off by maybe how you reacted to certain things. And so it made them feel you know, that they just needed to focus more on family. It's definitely very important for them to have a very wholesome family life. And they may have, you know, with the Emperor reversed, they may have reacted in a way that also touched upon your sensitivities. I know we're supposed to be asking things about them that you may not know. So maybe you don't know how sensitive they are about, you know, protecting their family life and the sort of purity of their family life. Because I feel like both of you maybe are not getting the true image of the other person. You're both judging each other a little bit incorrectly based on each person's reaction. So the way that you're interpreting their behavior, you just may not realize the degree to which their family was really what they were putting first. Okay, what else do you not know about this person? Reunion. Okay, this person definitely, I do feel like this is probably, you guys are in separation. I do feel like they probably do want to reunite with you. Service. I feel like they even, they definitely want to take you out and treat you to some sort of nice date and be very chivalrous. And priest. Again, priest with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is also a priest. So, yeah, I mean, but this person, they definitely want to, when they come back into your life, again, going about things in a more traditional way is very important to them. They do still see you as marriage material. And I just saw 1111 as I was recording. It won't say 1111 to you because the time that was in the intro is going to be added on to the time of recording this. So, but in any case, yeah, I mean, they do still see you as marriage material, but they're going to want to go about things in a very courteous, chivalrous manner. Anything else that you wouldn't know about them? They do, I feel like they really do love you. Yeah, Ace of Cups and King of Cups, like they definitely have very strong feelings. And with this sensitivity card, they're just much more sensitive than you realize. And they honestly, they're sensitive in terms of their own feelings, but they're not really sensitive in the sense of being psychic or empathic. Like they're not very good at picking up on what other people are feeling. And so they're not really totally sure what you're feeling. And they're not even totally sure if you're even still interested in getting back together. But they do still want to take the risk at some point and reach out to you anyway. Yeah, they feel that you might have some sort of pushback, or by the time they reach out, you may already have something else going on. But it's almost like they just want to stand their ground. Like there's too much opportunity to lose with you to not try again. All right. Any final advice for pile 1? We have the 4 of Wands reversed. What does this mean? And the 3 of Discs. Yeah. I mean, I think that even if the two of you do reunite, you know, this is just a reality check because all of the initial cards were about the fact that you may not have been totally in reality about certain things. You know, your fantasy world of what you wanted this to be could have had you carried away a little bit. So they're just letting you know if this person at some point reaches out again to reunite this and they want to take you out on some dates and stuff and build towards some potential future, you know, they do see the potential. You know, there's still going to be moments where the two of you kind of struggle to understand each other is basically what I'm getting. It's not going to be like a bed of roses. You know, this is not a fairy tale. I do feel that there is love here, but it's going to require you both to do a lot of work to understand each other in order for it to be successful. Otherwise, it just won't. You know, you could try again and it could still end up not being successful. And if that is the case, you know, like this isn't the end of the line for you, is what your guides are saying. But they do want you to, if you do, you know, get involved with this person again, they want you to go back into it with a lot more clarity than what you had in the past. And they feel like you will have that clarity. They feel like you have kind of learned your lesson. You've gone through an enormous process of change. You have been honest with yourself. You've been really willing to go to the depths of your soul. You probably are even willing to admit some of the stuff that was said before, or maybe all of it. All right, so I hope that this was helpful, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Welcome to everyone who chose option number 2. I'm going to burn a little bit of incense. I set off the fire alarm in the last reading, so we're just going to put a tiny bit on here and hopefully not do that again. I have the window open now, so hopefully that will help. All right. Let's bring some good psychic vibes into the reading. Okay. We'll set that next to the window. Okay. Let us pray that the alarm doesn't go off. All right. So this is what I get first of all. First, we're going to look at their thoughts and feelings about you, and then we're going to use these cards to kind of tap into things that you just may not know about them as a person. So we have, I need a lot of time alone. I'm not sure you'll understand that. So this person is very introverted. But what I also get here with inspired, comforted, and receptive is that even when they are alone, they really think a lot about you. And I think this is someone who is artistic in some way. It could be that they're a writer, a poet, they make music or some sort of visual art, whatever it happens to be. I feel that you are their muse. And even when you're not physically around them, they're very inspired by you. And so they want you to be open to this. And I think that they would want you to kind of understand that even when they need time apart from you, a lot of it is just them maybe utilizing art or just going into their own thought process to kind of process the emotions that they're having. Because they need time apart to process their emotions. So that's what I'm getting overall. They do find you to be very loving and sweet. They are very comforted simply by the thought of you. Okay, yeah, they have to get it all out. It's like their feelings for you are so strong, they have to purge it and get it all out in some sort of artistic form. But I feel like they for some reason, they don't want you to be around when they're doing that, or they just can't. Because I feel like it requires vulnerability on their part that they're not totally willing to show you just yet. But I think at some point they would be more willing to, they might even be actively working on some sort of art project about you, and they just don't want to show it to you until the two of you have kind of gotten to some greater level in your connection or your relationship. Yeah, we have ascending reversed. I feel like they just think that the two of you are not far along enough in your journey together for them to share all of these things, these thoughts and feelings that they're having towards you, but that they are expressing it in some format that they can later share. Some of you, it might be love letters even, something like that. Anything else about their thoughts and feelings? We have mask reversed, divine timing, and we have tribe reversed. Yeah, I do feel like this is someone who takes their time because they're not totally sure if the two of you are a good fit. You know, and it might just come down to different lifestyles or personalities. It's not a lack of feeling, but they don't want to rush into anything just to find out like, oh, we actually are not, you know, we're not the right key for the right lock, you know. I feel like it would break their heart to find out that you aren't. So it's like they don't even want to test the waters too far in or push it too fast. And then we have mask in reverse. I think that they feel also that there are certain sides of yourself that you hold back from them. So they kind of feel like the two of you are similar in a way that neither of you is totally revealing everything to the other just yet. Yeah, deception. They definitely feel that way. But they feel that, why is this in reverse? Oh yeah, Muse. Yeah, this is why they have to, they can't just sit and think about how they feel. They have to process it through some sort of artistic medium. You know, they can't just sit on a cliff and look off into the distance and think their feelings for you. But I also feel like they might have trouble communicating their feelings for you. But they know that they're going to have to be able to express their feelings more if they ever are going to find out more about how you feel. Maybe both of you haven't really opened up too much to each other about that. What is this guide trying to tell us? It's release reversed. They just feel like it's not quite the right time to totally let it all out and tell you everything about how they feel. But when they do, it'll be probably them showing you whatever this art is that they've been making that you have inspired. Okay, so those are their surprising thoughts and feelings about you. So let's look at just what you may not know about them as a person. We get career change. Oh, and author. Yeah, definitely maybe an author. This person, maybe they don't want to just do writing as a hobby anymore, that they want to do it full time. And it could be that that you have inspired something that they do want to take public. Interesting. Let's see what else we have. We have servant, room, and falseness. Okay. With the servant card, it's almost like they don't want you to end up feeling like some sort of servant in their life, that like you're just sort of put in a room alone. Like, I feel like, you know, if the two of you don't live together yet, they're definitely already imagining what it would be like to live with you and how they would manage that, considering that they are someone who needs a lot of alone time. They don't want you to have a false understanding of their need for alone time. They feel like it would make you feel, if the two of you live together, that they're expecting you to be some sort of housewife just to serve their needs, and that your own needs are going to be left unfulfilled, that you're going to be left in some sort of empty room. They want to, it's very important for them to make sure that you have space in their life. That might be part of what's inspiring this career change, because if they're a writer, they could be at home more or something, and so the two of you would have more time together. Something like that. Yeah, they definitely want to give you a space where you feel comfortable. This person wants to live together with you. They want a domestic life, but they care about it really being right for you. They want you to feel at home. They don't want you to just feel like some sort of accessory to their existing life. Because I feel like this person probably already owns a home, or they have enough money to own a nice home, and maybe you don't have as much money as them, so you would be more likely moving in with them. And they're kind of understanding, I feel like they're understanding the kind of power dynamics of that, of them having more money than you and how that would affect things. Which is another thing that's sort of holding them back from taking so much action. They're just very scared of you feeling abandoned by their lifestyle. Or, yeah, it's, you know, you may or may not be frustrated by the fact that they're kind of slow moving, but I do feel like it's because they are putting you first. They're very mindful of how, you know, moving ahead too quickly and making some sort of change between the two of you, they're aware of how that would affect you, and they definitely don't want it to affect you negatively. We have signs reversed. They're looking for signs. They are looking for guidance about how to approach this situation better. They may already be kind of feeling like summer might be a good time to move forward more and share their feelings more so that they can eventually have this domestic life with you. But with signs reversed, I feel like they're still uncertain. So what's the guidance for the person watching this reading? Observer. I think just to pay attention, you know, just to, I don't know, kind of observe their behavior and get more clues about what? I think if you pay more attention to certain things about them, you'll have a better insight into who they are. With twin flame reversed, this is not going to be a relationship that has some of the problems that twin flame relationships have. You know, it's going to be much calmer. It isn't combustible. It's not so combustible. This person's behavior, they do recognize a soul bond. This is probably soulmate, but not twin flame, where the two of you do recognize each other at the soul level. Okay. I think that they feel someone else wants you to return to them. They feel that there's someone else who wants, and it could be a twin flame. They feel that there's someone else, maybe a twin flame, of yours that might be trying to pull you away from the person you're watching this for. So I feel like the guidance from your guides is to kind of maybe observe both people before you, if you are in a place where you need to decide between this person and some other person, kind of just observe both people. You need to learn more about both of these people before you make that decision. You have devotion reversed, because one of them definitely has your true interests in mind more than the other. Okay, so the person you're watching this for, the person who finds you to be their muse, who might want to change a career and become a writer, what's their energy? Are they fear? And then the other person is settling. Ooh. You would be settling if you chose that third party. With this person, you'd probably be better off, but there's still a lot to overcome because this person has a lot of fear. And if you observe them more closely, you'll kind of see what some of their fears are that are holding them back. I mean, some of these things have already been brought up here. Okay, you're the only deck that I didn't use a tarot deck for, so I'm just gonna... It's a little bit hard reading with these cards. I just want to clarify the Observer card. But this is the deck that I felt called to use for you all. Okay, this person has a lot. They're paralyzed by some sort of fear. And I don't think it's just about you. It might be some sort of fear about you, but they're also afraid of maybe making that career change that they're considering. They're afraid of a lot of things. They could have a family member who's sick or a family member who is just not doing very well. They're trying to, this person is really trying to manage a lot in their life right now, and it's made more difficult because they're really kind of immobilized by fear. And I feel like sometimes they do go into their thoughts and their imagination about you because it settles them a little bit and it brings them a little bit more peace. And it's easier for them to just kind of go into their imagination, express their feelings through art or something like that, than it is to engage with you and move this connection forward more in real life. Yeah, because in their imagination, they can really take charge and just be the leader of their life, the master of their domain. But they're, you know, they're not doing that badly in life. It's just, I feel like they're comparing themselves to other people. In particular, if there's some other person you're interested with, or other person you recently broke up with, or something like that, they're aware of that. They compare themselves to that person, and it gives them a lot of fear. I feel like they just, yeah, they're just afraid that you'll be more attracted to that person, or just more, I don't know, taken over by that third party than you are with this person that you're watching this for. So in any case, okay, but besides observing them and seeing that they're going through a lot and have a lot of fear, what else is the advice? I mean, this is, I think both of you maybe are going through some sort of healing process right now. And I think the guidance is just to kind of take it step by step. This person's not in a place where they can really push forward quickly right now. And if you really want to be with them, I think you kind of have to respect that for now. But also, don't lose sight of your own healing process, because I feel like you are trying to make improvements and changes in your life as well, and it's not easy for you either. So just continue to focus on you. Breathe in, breathe out, you know, find that place of calmness and mental, emotional serenity as much as possible. And kind of trust the flow of life. So I hope that this reading was helpful, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Welcome to everyone who chose option number 3. We're going to look first at your person's thoughts and feelings towards you, and then we're going to use these cards to kind of see a little bit something more about them that you might not already know. And I'm going to burn a tiny little bit of incense first, not too much, because this smokes up a lot once it gets going. And yeah, there we go. I set off the fire alarm earlier, and I don't want to do that again. Sort of bring in some spiritual vibes, psychic vibes here. And clear the energy as well from the previous reading. So we had this card that says, I don't express my feelings. Hopefully this is, yeah, I think it's focused pretty well. I don't express my feelings very well, but that doesn't mean I don't have them. And then we have peaceful and angry. So not only does this person have very strong emotions that they don't express, but their emotions really run to extremes. But we're going to use tarot to tap more into their thoughts and feelings so that they can express them in this format, since they have trouble doing it themselves. The window open because I didn't want the alarm to go off. You can hear a train going by. But I do feel like there is a little bit of a message here. We have the Knight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. They can definitely see this going somewhere, and sometimes they feel like you are the one who's holding back. They feel like you're holding back. And you're a little bit more stagnant in your energy. This is their perspective, and that kind of makes them angry. I think it's really what it is that it makes them sad, but they're afraid of feeling that emotion of sadness because they're, you know, like we said, they're not super in touch with their emotions. That's not an easy process for them. And for a lot of people, feeling anger just feels less vulnerable than feeling sadness. So instead of allowing themselves to feel their true emotion, which is I feel sad or I feel rejected, that pile 3 doesn't want to move forward with me and see that we quite obviously have a successful future together if we do that. They get angry instead. And I think that probably part of why you do hold back, if you do, I mean, from their perspective you are, is just because, I mean, you're not really sure what, I don't think they're making it very explicit to you what they want. They seem to have a very strong independent streak. So I think that you probably wouldn't necessarily assume that they just want to like settle down and have something serious and committed. Okay, Magician, Death, the 7 of Pentacles. When they do feel peaceful are the times when you kind of let them take the lead. Because when they're taking the lead, they feel like the two of you get much further. Again, it's almost like you're incapacitated here. Like you're incapable maybe of moving this forward, or that's how they view it. Maybe you are for some reason, or you're just not like, what is it? What is your energy? I mean, I think that you do want some sort of future here with them. But you just feel more safe and secure in it. You don't feel like you have to be paddling or rowing the boat constantly. It's like you just kind of want to settle and enjoy things as they are. And this other person is like, no, we need to be making constant forward movement. And if we're not making constant forward movement, like this person feels like they have to drag you forward in order to get this connection to go anywhere. Because you're really just over here enjoying the moment. They're not interpreting it like that. They're not interpreting it as you're enjoying the moment. But when you do allow them to be more in charge and you allow them to kind of make more like executive decisions about where things are going to go, they feel much more peaceful then, because they feel, in those moments, they feel like the efforts that I'm putting into this relationship are going to lead to where I want things to go. Where do they want things to go? The 9 of Cups. I mean, I feel like they see you as end goal. They view you as their wish fulfillment. I mean, what's your guidance for pile number 3? We get the Knave of Swords. This person does have an independent streak, but mostly what they have is an inability to really express themselves very openly. And you might have to, I mean, you don't have to do anything, but like it might be easier for them if you can kind of extend a little bit more comfort and validation to them. Sometimes give them a little bit more of a sense of security. Yeah, I mean, basically kind of let them know that you also do like the idea of having some sort of solid future with them. I think that that does give them some sort of comfort. And I also get like, you know, physical expressions of comfort, like hugging or rubbing their back, that type of thing. They probably really enjoy that, but they probably don't have the ability to ask for it, you know, because it's just that even that is expressing an emotion of need. I need reassurance from you. Can you please give me a hug? You know, this is not the kind of person who's going to ask for that, even though they do need it. All right, so those are their thoughts and feelings. Now we're going to find out a little bit more about them as a person. So let's put these to the side, and I'm just going to clear the space a little bit with some Clary Sage spray. Things you may not know about them as a person. Energy healing, whoa. Freedom. Flowers. Time to decide. Wow, they really want you to decide. They want you to decide. I think that in general with flowers, what I'm getting is that they're much more romantic than what you realize. And with energy healing, you just have an energy healing effect on them. I'm not seeing this as, well, this is someone who's into Reiki or anything like that. And maybe it is for some of you. But what I'm picking up intuitively is more that you are healing them on some sort of energetic level. And also, even though it inspires a lot of kind of conflicting emotions in them, some good, some bad, your approach to this, where you are just trying to enjoy the moment and, open your heart open wide to the experience, that heals them too. Because I think those emotions needed to be triggered in them. And in its own way, that it's a very romantic of you. And your ability to just sort of be present in the moment is also kind of what leads them to know that you are their decision, that you're the one for them ultimately. Okay, so we're still learning more about you, basically. So one thing that you may not know about them is the degree to which you really are kind of central to their life. Cheerfulness, wow. Yeah, they really want to incorporate you into their life, even to meet their family. If you haven't, like, they definitely enjoy having you around for family get-togethers, or they want to. I think they like the idea of the two of you maybe entertaining friends at home. Sweetheart, yeah. I mean, you are their sweetheart. They feel very romantic. I don't know. I don't feel like there's someone who expresses their romantic feelings very openly. So it may be very difficult for you to see that, but absolutely. And they find you to be very romantic. Like, I think sometimes you're not even trying to be romantic, but just your very demeanor. They also find you to be very feminine. They love your feminine qualities. Yes. Your feminine grace. And we have soldier. I feel like they feel very protective of you. But I'm also getting that this represents both of you towards the other, because they feel that you would also be protective of them. Yes, you are like very feminine. I think a lot of you may be more like kind of overtly feminine in the way you present yourselves. Like maybe wearing soft, flowy dresses or frilly blouses or something like that. But anyway, take it as it resonates. But maybe you do a little switch it up. You know, sometimes you're a little bit more sporty or something. You know, you can kind of, but in any case, what I'm trying to say, what's more important here is that I think sometimes they can see that you would be very willing to stand up for them, and they definitely are very protective of you. Okay, sorry to stumble over that a little bit. Any more guidance for pile 3 about this person? We get the Ace of Wands. I mean, there's definitely a lot of potential here. This got off to a strong start, and I feel like you already know this. Sometimes you may not see it, though, because it's like you're kind of looking at the wrong things, and you're not noticing how much growth this relationship or connection or whatever it is already has. So it's not just that it has potential, but it's gotten off to such a strong start that, like, there's a lot of growth here already. And then we have the Ten of Swords. I think that part of why you may not be seeing that as clearly is that you could be moving on from someone else from the past, some sort of heartbreak, or just finding closure with something in your life that has been sad and caused you a lot of grief. So I feel like you kind of prefer to stay in the moment with this person that you're watching this for. And I think that your guides are encouraging that, you know, you ultimately should do what's best for you. Don't overextend yourself just to make this person feel okay. But if it feels right to you to like give them a reassuring hug or a pat on the back, then of course do that. But, you know, life is a journey, and if you want to live in the moment and treat life as a journey, I mean, most people struggle to do that. So it feels like that's kind of what you're doing now. And your guides want you to continue to kind of like love yourself first. Be your own best partner and give yourself that freedom to find joy in the moment, however that joy comes to you. I'm also getting with this card that you have time to decide. This person might want you to hurry up a little bit and decide that you definitely want to settle down with them. But there's no need to rush it, because look what you've already accomplished together. You know, so much growth has already come out of this. And I feel like for you guys, I'm feeling like this may be fairly new, that maybe you haven't known each other that long or been involved for that long, but it's just you have a running start already. So if you want to kind of like luxuriate in it and just enjoy the moment, you have time to decide. You have time to waste, but it's not wasted. It's just you enjoying the moment. So that's beautiful. I hope that this helps, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.